belief about
I'm on the phone.
You on the phone?
Yeah.
You looking at my baby?
No, I ain't looking at him. No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, man. Next time we come outside, don't be staring and shit like that. I don't like that.
I wasn't looking at him.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. All right, man. We got a situation where Deontay Wilder got caught capping. Let's listen to it real quick.
What do you think happened? I mean, you knew that he was going to come forward and come at you. He said he was going to fight that way. You know, that wasn't the Deontay that we've seen for, 40-some plus fights. What do you think happened? Did he hurt you early on that, affected you the rest of the way?
No, it didn't hurt me at all. It was the simple fact that, my uniform coming out, Kevin, was way too heavy for me. I didn't have no legs from the beginning of the fight.
So you heard it in my Blueface voice. Stop capping. Stop capping, bro. But let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. All my social media links are in the description if you need to reach me for a video request, whatever. Eventually, I'm going to get on the hop and start getting some of these interviews out the way for you guys, man. Depending on the interviewer, the guy that's getting interviewed, if he want to get it pre-recorded, he want to go live, those kind of be pretty much the options. And also, I'm going to start probably Monday. I'm going to start doing rap song of the day. So I'm going to do it in the community tab. But let's get to it. Check out the heavyweight boxing playlist. You heard it. Deontay Wilder, word for word, he said his costume was too heavy and it made his legs weak going to the ring. Now, I went from that, JDS said it in the press conference. Then it went to the gloves. And his gloves was flapping the first fight. Why'd you fight him again? What else we had? Just so many excuses. Somebody spiked his water bottle. Or they had a conspiracy to have, Mark Breland throwing the towel. Mark Breland shouldn't have thrown the towel. He fired. So remember, Deontay threw Breland under the bus when he threw the towel in. There was a lot of rumors going on. I know I was talking to, Michael Williams Jr. Shout out to him. He fight today. I talked to his son. To his father, Michael Williams Sr. And we was on Twitter. He was like, man, that nigga, he really did fire him. I asked him, my boy was like, no, they didn't fire him. But eventually came out that he was right. They did fire Mark Breland for, throwing the towel in. I guess being insubordinate. And Wilder said that, he told everybody never throw the towel in. My whole thing is this, okay? If the dude has something in his gloves or his gloves was tampered, didn't Mark Breland do the right thing throwing the towel in? Honestly. Didn't he do the right thing throwing the towel in if it was something in his gloves, he played with his gloves, or he took some type of steroid or PD or whatever it was? I think Mark Breland saved his life. I think, he said, I want to die in the ring. Okay, when you in warrior mode, yeah, man, I die for this shit, Game bangers say that, okay? People that's hardcore for a company. Hardcore police officers, hardcore military people, hardcore employee of the month type people say, I die for this shit, Or sometimes you don't have to say it at all. Actions speak louder than words. And my thing is, when you're in warrior mode, yeah, I die, but in reality, it sounds ignorant. I die in this wing. Mike Tyson, I die in this wing. Really? Tyson got his family counting on his kids. For Deontay Wilder, you go back to your kids alive. You can go back to your kids and say your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. You can enjoy the beautiful family you got, your beautiful woman you got, the beautiful cars you got, the beautiful guns you got, the beautiful mansion you got. You can go back and enjoy those things. And that fight went on, remember? And then remember his brother was saying the autopsy. The autopsy said, they made a dent in his head. So the autopsy saying he had a dent in his head. What if Tyson Fury would have kept bashing you even more? We just talking about if what he's saying is true. If what he's saying is true, and Tyson Fury kept bash you upside your head, you'll be gone. Your head would be a vegetable. It'll be a squash. It'll be a tomato. You'll be, I miss my Uncle Charles. He shouldn't be going. Why he ain't do nothing wrong in front of his home. I messed that whole lyric up. What y'all got, bro? I'm saying for the old heads, man. And My whole thing is, Breland saved your life. And that's all right, man, that he cared enough for you to throw that towel in. Y'all ever seen the last Creed movie? Where Drago had to go up there and go against his pride and throw the towel in for his son? If anything, Mark Breland showed that he loved Deontay Wilder, that he cared for Deontay Wilder. And that's kind of like a father bond, that, Sean Porter getting his ass whooped to the point where, he ain't going to be able to say his ABCs 1, 2, 3, so he compromised physical. I guarantee you Kenny Porter throw that towel in. No matter how big his ego is. Same thing for David Benavidez. Same thing for Jack and Shane. Same thing for Floyd Singer. If he motivating his son and he just getting pummeled, Floyd going to do what's best for his son. And for Junior, throw the towel in. Leonard Ellaby was in the corner one time when he fought Baltimore when Roger had to go on a vacation for a minute. If he got to the point where Leonard Ellaby would do it. Because, that was a movie. But you go back to the was it Rocky 3, when Apollo Creed died in the ring, that shit can happen. That shit can legitimately happen, and Mark Breland cared so much for Deontay Wilder that he did what's right. So if it was nothing wrong like most people believe, nothing that you could prove that's wrong, Mark Breland did the right thing. And what his whole thing with Breland was, his issue with Breland stemmed from Breland throwing in that towel. So they went from Breland throwing away the towel and firing you to Breland poisoning my water because he threw it in the towel. He working for Crump. So the excuse manifested into so many different things, and people can ride for Deontay Wilder like they ride in a Cadillac with 4 flats. They can do that, but we talking about the facts, And unfortunately, these are the breaks. Break it up. Doom, doom. You don't know nothing about Curtis Blow, but these the breaks for him. And he can't own up to it. So much inconsistency in there. Is Tyson Fury a cheater? Yes, he's been proven as a cheater. I said it. The Gypsy's got a bad, reputation. Not firsthand, but yeah. But at the same time, prove it to me. CJ just no, prove it to me. Because there's something going on, then we directly talking about the issues, the gloves. Something in his glove. Okay? The commission. Excuse me. We talking about that. We ain't talking about costumes being too heavy. We ain't talking about insubordinate trainers. That's where it all started from. The costume was too heavy. Then that manifested until, Breland going in the towel. Breland poisoned my water. That's bullshit. And when Breland didn't say nothing, people still was on Breland's head. And when Breland came up and he spoke up for himself, he a coon or whatever. But Breland speaking up for himself, he ain't supposed to speak up and defend himself. Get out of here. That's my whole issue with it. Get out of here. And at the same time, you hear the audio. Oh, my costume was... This nigga's a fraud. He a nigga who can't take an L. He the nigga that you go over to their house and play Madden, and he getting his ass whooped. He turned the game over. You playing Uno, he flipped the cards. Or you playing Monopoly, he flipped the board over. Get out. Get out. He can't take an L. And when you ain't lost in that long, hate losing. But okay, I'm going to go back if I'm playing Madden in my prime, go in the lab, work on some things and come back and be better. Losing ain't nothing. Despite it, Floyd Mayweather lost in his life. That's what I'm telling you. He lost. He took L's in his life. He may not take no L in the professional ring, but Augie Sanchez beat him in amateurs. We all take losses. And that's how we come back from those losses define our character. Sometimes we get to the point where we rock bottom. We ain't got shit. We ain't got shit. We ain't got nothing to lose. We most dangerous as human beings. So, it ain't nothing for Deontay Wilder to come out tomorrow and say, you know what, man, I just couldn't take my ass whoop like a man and tip my hat off to Tyson Fury. We just got to get better. I respect him as a man if he did that. I respect him as a man for getting that ring. Now, as a fighter, I respect him as a man first. For a man that worked 3 or 4 jobs to help his disabled, I respect him as a man. But right now, as a boxing guy, I don't respect him with all these excuses. My whole thing was, I'm not going to destroy no brother. Even with probable cause. I try not to, but when he threw another brother under the bus, then that's when I flipped. You're not going to throw Mark Breland under the bus, the greatest, most people think the greatest U.S. amateur. Nate Campbell vouched for him. Check out the Iron Killer podcast. They almost to Iraq. So, y'all make sure y'all do me this favor. It's the best donation y'all can do. Check out Lion Killer Podcast on YouTube and hit the sub button for me. Lion Killer and Nate Campbell. And Nate Campbell channel is the Galaxy Experience on YouTube. So check out his channel as well too. But you know, my whole thing is with Deontay, just come out and admit you're wrong. You know, in the LDPC, they gonna go whatever narrative is lucrative for them. That's all that shit about. My whole fallout with them niggas was they was jealous because of money. Oh, you going live at this time, you doing this at this time. I'm like, hold on, bro. There's what? Billion people that's on YouTube. And that's not even counting for people who don't have a profile or don't have an account that watches. If I'm live, they can go back and watch your shit. Or if you live, I mean, to me, it's all about money. And when you get niggas and they all scrambling for money, I'd rather just not be a part of pretty much of that community. And that's all it's about. You know, I want everybody to eat, and that's just my mindset. But you could be a nigga that want everybody to eat, or a man that want everybody to eat, and people don't feel that. But you know, it is what it is for Deontay. He said that in audio, his costume was too heavy, and now we could put it to rest. Your costume was too heavy. Ain't no coming back from that. They mad at Kevin Aioli for releasing the audio. I commend him, because y'all already got mad at Kevin Aioli. I forget what he did. They got mad at him a few years ago. Man, if I'm getting out Kevin Aioli, this the ultimate middle finger up. The ultimate, man. But he said it. Defend that. He said, don't ignore it. He said it. And even Boxing Ego, I originally seen the audio on his channel. I looked it up earlier because somebody told me yesterday when we was live. Even Boxing Ego was reporting it. And shit could be slow for him because he don't have no more press credentials. But, you know, I don't know what his commentary was, what it was on, but I didn't get the audio from this clip from him. But, I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. Let me know what you guys think. Check out the Heavyweight Boxing and Boxing News playlist. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. To reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, response, your video request. All my social media links, subscription. Fast way to reach me is Twitter, then Facebook, then Instagram. All those things there. Also got a Facebook group as well there. Click the link, request to join. I'll push you through. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJGood313. That's in the description. PayPal link in the description. Best way to donate. Share the video. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time we gone.